man, Gervonta Davis got some of y'all pressed. And we gonna talk about that in this video. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Before I get started, I don't know how you found my video, but somehow, some way you made it. Please help others arrive at the content by throwing a like on the video. It goes a long way when you guys do that. It's free, it's simple, it's quick, it costs you nothing. Throw a like on the video. Now, follow me on social media at Boxingego1 on Instagram and at Boxingego on Twitter. I tweeted, you could tell Gervonta is a big star because of the catch-22 hate that he gets. Tank misses weight, or if he looks big, y'all get mad and call him unprofessional. Gervonta Tank Davis has been given stellar interviews and he seems more mature. He's dialed in during his camp, his training camp, and his weight, he looks very lean. Now y'all quiet as hell. #ego. And I meant every single word. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. The growing hate for Gervonta Tank Davis. That's how you know Tank Davis is a superstar. He is lit because when he's getting ready to fight, it's all eyes on Baltimore's own Gervonta Davis. Everybody has an opinion. When he selects his opponent, everybody has an opinion. And I know there's other fighters and people want to bring up other fighters and say, oh, but what about Canelo? We're not talking about Canelo. We're here to talk about Gervonta Davis. This is what you clicked on. Tank is lit. He gets a lot of unwarranted hate. And just like I said in my tweet, the reason I was thinking about that is just because there's people in life that will whisper your successes and broadcast your failures. And that's exactly what old media does with Gervonta Davis. When Gervonta Davis, as I said, when he didn't make weight and lost his belt on the scale, or that was in the Fonseca fight, or in the Gamboa fight, where he had to come back within the 2 hours and he came back and made weight on the second try, people were like, oh, Tank, he's unprofessional. He can't make weight. And they made this big to-do. Whatever has happened, maybe having kids, he had, I believe, a second child, maybe just growing another year older, loss of friends, you know, his friend was passed away, things like that. I don't know. I don't know what, maybe it's a collection of all these things. I don't know what it was. But to me, it feels like something has clicked in Gervonta Davis. And since they put him on pay-per-view, so the Leo Santa Cruz fight, the Mario Barrios fight, and now the Isaac Cruz fight on Showtime, it's like Tank's really getting it. Tank is really understanding his responsibility. It's like the Batman movie when they give you the origin, Bruce Wayne's parents get killed or whatever, and then Batman knows what he got to do, and he discovers himself and he finds his purpose. And I feel like that's what's happened to Gervonta Davis. He's really honing in and finding his purpose and entering that baby Floyd Mayweather Jr. space where the spotlight's on him. He's entertaining as hell to watch. He has skills. He has a lot of celebrities from Drake to Lil Baby and Lil Kim and Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel. Can you dig it? Shaq and the Fool. And all these people tapped in for Lil O, Gervonta Davis, Magic Johnson, etc. Right? Floyd Mayweather, of course, big iconic figure in sports. And people are tapped in wanting to see Tank Davis, and the haters can't help themselves. They find somehow, some way, some reason to complain about Gervonta Davis. And on my channel, when things are bad in boxing, trust me, I'm going to use my platform. I'm going to use this voice that I've worked to get the fans to appreciate or, you know, understand where I'm coming from. And I'm going to use my platform. I don't want to just talk about negative things. And then when I see progress, when I see positivity, I don't want to bring that up. That's just not who I am as a person. But when it comes to certain fighters that have this radical hate like Gervonta Davis, that is precisely what you see. Again, as I stated, when Tank was missing weight and he looked undisciplined in some camps or whatever, when he was inactive. I remember there was one year, and I was at this fight. I went to New York for this fight. When he fought Jesus Cuellar, it was on the Adrian Broner. Remember, Broner was beefing with Tekashi, or they said they were beefing, and Broner was fighting. Oh, man, you know, AB, algebra book, alleged babies, alcoholic beverages, right? Broner was fighting Jesse Vargas, beefing with Tekashi on the gram, and Tank and Charlo were both on that undercard in New York. I was there. I remember vividly. But that particular year and that particular fight was Tank Davis's only fight. And you had people like Eddie Hearns. And Eddie Hearns and old media were complaining, saying Tank, he's too skilled to be this inactive and he should come to DAZN to fight Tevin Farmer and things like that. And Tank had a lot of things going on at that particular time outside of the ring, you know, run-ins and, you know, legal things or whatever, and possibly his weight, just various things. So there was probably a reason he was out. But people they blew this up and made it a big deal and said, oh, Tank only fought one time this year. Mayweather Promotion sucks. Mayweather Promotion's not keeping him active. Womp, 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 womp. And then now Tank's been active as hell. You don't see those same people giving props. They just have migrated and moved on to something else to complain about. Case in point, Tank Davis wasn't making weight, you know, in a couple fights. The Fonseca fight, he had to weigh in twice for the Gamboa fight, as I mentioned earlier in this video. And people condemn Gervonta Davis. Now, I have no problem if you're a stickler for the rules and, you know, you feel it's unprofessional. You got to make weight. These fighters get paid the big bucks. You're a millionaire. You know, you're making these bags, and you have one job. You know, or not one job, but you know, one of your jobs is to make weight. So I get that. I have no problem with people admonishing people for not following the rules, whether it's cheating or not making weight. The only problem I have is people aren't consistent. You know, truth be told, Tank's a black fighter, African-American fighter. This seems, when guys like Adrian Broner, when guys like Gervonta Davis, when they miss weight, it seems to be everybody's business. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's complaining. But then Joseph Jojo Diaz, he's missed weight, and I don't see people talking about it. Guys like Virgil Ortiz Jr. has missed weight a couple of times. You know, same kind of deal. Mikey Garcia, various fighters. You know, there's a ton of people who have missed weight. But guys like Tank Davis and Broner, it always gets front paged and the headlines, and everyone on boxing Twitter wants to talk about it. So we see it, and I'm proud of Tank. You know, I've known Tank for several years, and I see the progress. I see the progress that they're making with him, and it's just a cool thing. It's a cool thing to see. He looks like he's dialing in. He's mature. He just did an interview. I haven't watched all of it with Brian Custer, and he's answering the questions perfectly. You know, his face doesn't look drawn. His face doesn't look puffy, like overweight. He looks like he's in amazing shape. He's looking like he's peaking in camp. And we got to give props, because the same people, like I said, when Tank's down and missing weight and having legal problems, these same people with old media, they will throw that in your face. And they will let you know that Tank got this going on. So why is it when Tank is not looking like the villain and he's looking like a good guy and he's trying to get his stuff together, and he is getting his stuff together? Leo Santa Cruz made weight. People said there were rumors, people spreading rumors. People in media and all kinds of people on boxing Twitter were lying and saying, I got sources and on a good authority that Tank's going to miss weight in the Leo Santa Cruz fight. And then he made weight. And then all those people had to eat crow and look stupid, right? So if we're going to pick and choose those things to complain about, then shouldn't we also, when we see improvement, when we see someone flourishing, when we see someone progress, how come I'm the only one who's giving props to Tank for making this turnaround? So it goes to show you, them, because they was going to hate regardless. That's my mentality. So don't, like, when people come to my channel, they'll be like, oh, Ego, why you block people? Good. Fuck them. Because they was going to hate regardless. if you there's constructive criticism and there's hating. If you really wanted someone to change and you want them to change because you want to see them grow and become better, then you gotta be there when those changes in that growth occurs, and you gotta recognize that too. And people don't want to do that. Like I said, people talk about all the bad stuff, hit and runs, Tank, marital problem, girl problems, weight problems. They talk about all the problems, but then when Tank and his team look dialed in and look to have a solution, they find something else to complain about. So that just goes to show me they never really cared about, giving Tank a fair one and giving him a fair shake, and guys like him that old media does this to. They were going to complain, and that's what they were looking for. So me, on my channel, I'm a trendsetter, never been better. Get cheddar like I got a vendetta. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Gervonta Davis, keep doing your thing. Him not fighting Rolly, it's not his fault. People still blaming Tank for stuff like that. Tank looks good. He looks like he's doing his thing and gearing up for a fight. He's training hard. He's looking disciplined, and he's looking like the one, just like his nickname, GTD. He looking like the one. And I seem like one of the few people with a powerful voice in boxing that are noticing these things. Other people don't want to, either they notice it and they don't want to say anything, or they want to keep hating, or whatever the case is. But I seem to be one of the few people acknowledging this. So I got on Tank's case, made videos, talked about him missing weight, being unprofessional. So I'm going to do the opposite when it looks like he has a six-pack and he looks lean and he looks ready to go, and he's ready for Rolly, he's ready for Cruz, he's ready for whoever, is in line for December 5th. Go ahead, Tank. Shout out to Baltimore. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best. Deuces. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.